Let's go just that.
Hey guys, apologize for the mess, but getting ready for going drifting on Saturday the 15th and doing some prep. I want to show you what I'm doing with my power steering system. You can see here the steering box is missing from the RX7, and just as a recap for those that may not know, the RX7 actually uses a drag link that is kind of hard to see, not a steering rack, so it's like a steering box, like an old muscle car. Here's the steering box itself. I've got it all apart, starting to clean it out because I'm going to put some new seals in it. It was leaking pretty bad, and I believe the seals are probably just wore out. There's not a whole lot of good information on the RX7 steering boxes. The power steering was only offered, it seems like, in the US and in Japan, and in very limited quantities. Most of the steering boxes for the US are in the 84 and 85, either GSL or GSLSE trim levels. They've got obviously a power steering pump and then a box, and the box is variably assisted. I don't have the variable assist hooked up. I may try to put like a potentiometer to adjust it in the future, but right now it's just full assist all the time, and it actually works really well. So in order to get the box out, I had to remove my headers, and then also I had to remove the pitman arm off of the drag link, which was not a big deal, and then remove the steering column. So you have like a inside here. You can see the column itself is right here, and then there's that portion at the end that's all rusty. That's where, right up there, is where it attaches, and it uses just a 14mm bolt. You have to slide this cover out of the way, which I did as well. Couplers, which I assume is so that you don't directly drive the gear. And actually, if you wanted to make it easy on yourself, you could just disconnect this end maybe that's up against the fire, or this part is actually outside of the car and the engine bay. And if you were working on the car, it'd be all the way up by that hole. You can kind of see the hole behind this clutch line. There we go. And that's the hole there. So you may actually have access for a socket or something to do that if you wanted to. And there's just these 3 bolts here. Those are real easy to take off, and your box is out. And then to take the actual box apart, first you have to take out, they call this the sector shaft, which is, this is where the pitman arm connects. And you can see it's got these, like, almost like a rack. You pull that out, and then you can pull this side out, which this has ones that match up, and that's where you get your engagement. My box actually had really, really good play. So my RX7 actually had really good steering feel. I know a lot of people complain about how there's a lot of play in their steering wheels from left to right when it's on center. Mine did not exhibit any of that, and actually when I felt the box, it felt really good as well. So hopefully that when I put everything back together, that does not change. So after you pull the sector shaft out, you want to pull this part out, but you want to be real careful. This can rotate off, and if it rotates off, all the balls inside here fall out. So I'm real careful to not do that. This is that control valve I was talking about, and obviously here's my pressure and return lines. So you end up with the box looking like this. I mean, it's pretty clean. I'm going to clean it out more with brake cleaner, but I was pretty impressed. I mean, the walls are worn a little bit, but I think nothing excessive that's going to warrant me from building the box up back again. There were 2 seals inside there, which I've removed, and I'll be putting new ones in. See, here's some of the seals I've removed already. There's also a seal here and a Teflon blocker ring. Unsure whether or not I'll get another O-ring, so I haven't removed that yet. And then there was an O-ring up here as well. So I'm hoping, and you can see this is where the seals used to go, or used to ride. Hoping I replace all those, and I'll have a nicely performant box again that doesn't leak. One thing that the factory manual did talk about was that when you have your steering like at lock to lock, like at full lock one way with the box, the flow, there's no flow going through the box, and the temperature will rise very rapidly of the power steering fluid. So I'm wondering if in drifting, when you're going lock to lock, if that's causing some issues. And I could, to mitigate that, I could potentially put some steering stoppers on my control arms so that it's not the box physically hitting the locks, it's hitting some lock stops, so I still have fluid movement through the box. So here is the box of the seal kit. Part number of gates. And this is specifically for the power steering steering box. And it's nice they give you some instructions. And they have everything labeled. I wanted to show you guys this. And this is everything that I'll need to put it back together. One other thing I do is I've got just some power steering fluid. I'll coat the O-rings in before I put them on. Right now I'm just kind of figuring out which ones go where. So these go on the piston. This is the piston as well, the larger one. This is the small little one. Those are your seals. And these O-rings, one will go up here, and then I'm not sure exactly where the other one goes, but we'll figure that out. They may have given us a spare. I've got this Teflon ring, and this is like seals the piston. These are very important hydraulic piston, and I have to be extremely careful when I'm placing it over it that I don't break it or damage it. So, oh man, and you can kind of see, I don't know, there's a nick there. Hopefully that's supposed to be there and not. Oh yeah, too little bleed. Cool. So I'm gonna put that on the piston over the O-ring, and then we just got this one O-ring on, and I'm gonna work on getting the seal out of here because that seal is definitely leaking. I popped out this seal here. This is the new one. This is the old one. What you can do is use a pick to kind of jam it in there at an angle so you don't scratch anything and pry it up. So I got it out, and now I'm going to use the old seal to help push in the new seal. So basically just put that over and then push, because then I don't mar up the surface of the new seal. Next, there's a washer and a snap ring. They do not include a new washer, so make sure you use your old washer. And then this is the dust cover, which was missing on my car. So I will slide that on, put that on. It's really nice because it'll probably help the seal last a whole lot longer. Like U-shaped part of it, like the open part of it facing up towards me, so really down in the car. And then it was a little tricky to put in. Then I'm gonna put in the final seal here and reassemble the box. So after I got the box all put together, I was kind of struggling for time, so I didn't film everything with the install, but the box went back in nice and easy. And at the drift day, the steering worked really well. There were really no issues with the steering, except for I lost a serpentine belt a few times, which is totally unrelated to the box itself, but no leaks and no noise. It was not too hard to bleed either. Just had to get the engine running, get the fluid pumping through the system, turn the wheels back and forth a few times with them in the air, and then do the same thing with it on the ground and bled all the air and work trouble-free. Thank you guys for checking out the video, and I will be back very soon with more content, including my 500 subscriber giveaway. So if you're not already subscribed, please do so, and you'll be entered in to win a free set of drift knuckles modified by myself.